Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga Tuesday. Today we're going to do Virabhadrasana I. Now, I have to say this is not my favorite pose and really never has been. And the reason is for me it's very difficult to get my back foot down onto the floor and to keep my hips pretty square. So I don't remember if you remember last week, if you watched that video, we did Virabhadrasana. And in Virabhadrasana there was a shorter kind of stance. And then we squared the hips and bent forward. Well, in this pose, in Virabhadrasana I, it's that same action of the hips facing that front leg, except your legs are much wider. And at the same time, you gotta bend that front leg. So what happens here is this is an intense stretch of that front thigh, groin and psoas muscle. And so all of that happening in that back leg really prevents me in particular from pressing that heel down and be able to keep this out of my low back. So it's a very difficult pose, but I'm going to teach you anyways because at the same time, all yoga poses give so much benefit. And so it's an important one. It's a basic standing pose and I've sort of been avoiding it, to be honest, but let's do it. Okay, usually I tend to practice this at the wall, but I'm actually going to show you in the center of the room today. So let's start by taking our legs really wide, like we're going to go into, let's say, Trikonasana, but we're not. Legs are nice and wide, and you're going to turn your right leg out, and then you're going to lift the back heel up, and you're going to begin to rotate the hips toward that front leg, just like we did last week. If you have a wall handy and you're having trouble balancing at all, you can certainly hold on to it. And then press the back heel down. So we're in the same position that we were in Virabhadrasana, and we're trying to get those hips to square. But more importantly, we want to really ground and straighten that back leg. So the other thing that happens here is as we begin to take the arms up and bend the leg, we get a large arch in the low back. And that's partly because of the psoas muscle. And the psoas muscle tends to be tight and we need to loosen it up a little bit. It's a very strong muscle and it's the muscle that tends to arch our back a lot like that. So what I'm going to have you do is lift the back heel up, tuck, and you want to feel like you're zipping your pants up. So from your pubic bone to your navel, feel that you're zipping your pants up. You're going to feel a nice stretch in that groin area. Zip those pants up and then begin to press the heel back down, but try to maintain that zipping of the pelvis up. Now lift the arms up, straight up, and then begin to bend the front leg as close to a right angle as possible and still trying to get those pants to zip up tightly. So zip those pants up, straighten the back leg, bend the front leg, reach the arms up, nice deep inhale. Exhale, maybe get a little bit deeper. Good, and then come up and let's switch sides. Let's go to the other side. So turning the left leg out, lifting that back heel up, rotate so that your hips are as square as possible, and then press that back heel down. Now, again, bring that back heel back up, tuck, so you want to zip your pants up, and then press the heel back down again, and then begin to reach the arms up, trying to keep those pants zipped up. Begin to bend that front leg, coming as close to a right angle as you can. Straighten that back leg, nice deep inhale. Exhale, get a little bit deeper. Zip those pants up. And then come all the way up. Good job. Thank you so much for joining me today for Warrior I, Virabhadrasana I. I will see you next week.